Welcome back to another hamuelbrown YouTube video. It's been a whole week. It's been a holiday week. I hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving, a great Black Friday. Hope you bought lots of fun things. Hope you ate lots of good food. I definitely ate good food. I didn't buy anything this year for Black Friday, but the deals looked crazy. Was that just me, or was like everything 50% off? Unfortunately, it was like the $8,000 things that were like half off. It's like still $4,000. I digress. Today, I want to talk about journaling. And you're probably like, Sam, what's going on? I watch these videos for photography, for video. Why do you want me journaling? Well, journal if you like. I would like to believe that my most creative ambitions have been a byproduct of journaling. Chicken or the egg? In this case, the chicken is a journal and the egg is the photos, videos, whatever you want to say you create. It's not really chicken or the egg. I don't know. Bad metaphor. I am a strong believer in journaling to help get the creative juices flowing. Now disclaimer, I don't actually journal every day. And that's okay. When I get a new creative project that comes across my desk, I make a point to journal in the mornings throughout the entirety of that project. This was largely inspired by two people. Julia Cameron in The Artist's Way. Great book. I haven't finished it, but her whole philosophy kind of revolves around these morning pages. The second big inspiration for this practice is a YouTuber named Henry Did It. His whole thing is trying to journal to stop the endless doom scroll. Both The Artist's Way and Henry Did It spoke to a certain area that I was trying to overcome. Recently, a dilemma that has been kind of plaguing the back of my mind with the rise of TikTok and Instagram Reels. I feel like I am not creating anything original. Everything I do is just a copy of somebody else and just trying to be the next trend or do what others are doing. You know, you want to be ahead of the curve. And so in Henry's YouTube video, he was really trying to break the doom scroll. Instantly, I was like, yes, I want to break the doom scroll for that very reason of trying to be more creative. And then while reading The Artist's Way, Julia breaks it down in the sense of like, get your mind into the right spot to be creative. And that's kind of what the pages are about. I'm really summarizing, and I've only read a couple chapters, so sorry. If The Artist's Way is your Bible and I'm totally butchering it, roast me in the comments. I'm sorry. But essentially, what I took from it was get your mind right to be creative. So my practice has kind of become a hybrid of the two. Here's how I do it. First, I don't journal every day. The idea was similar to like New Year's resolutions, how you usually stop working out a week or two after the new year. I found that it got increasingly harder to journal the more I tried to keep it up. So my remedy is to keep it to just creative projects. Let it be a tracker for maybe a week or two. And then the other aspect of how I journal is I write 3 pages. And this works for me. Like, my journal is kind of tall. It's got kind of wide ruled. This is up to your own discretion of how you want to do 3 pages, 2, 5, 6, 7, whatever. I hate that I just said 6, 7. That was intentional, and I apologize. But okay, I chose 3 pages because what I learned was around 1.5, I ran out of ideas. Early on, it was really cool. I was thinking about what I wanted to write the night before, or like in my dreams. I was like, oh, this would be great for the journal, and then I can really expound on it, all this stuff. And that lasts about a page and a half. And then you're stuck with a whole nother page and a half where your brain is empty. So for the next page and a half, you write down the first things that come to mind. So essentially what you're doing is you are giving your brain room to develop new ideas. Like I was playing around with some like thumbnail ideas of like, oh, it's like a mental barf bag, or it's like your recycling bin mentally. I don't know what I did, but I probably am not going with any of those. If I do, great. Hopefully you clicked. But it's kind of like you're trying to just empty and take out things that you've been lingering on and take out the ideas already established. Like they're already there. You already thought them up, and obviously you just wrote them. But what else can you write? What else can you come up with? And what idea has not yet been discovered? And that's where that page and a half comes into play. And so once I started doing this, about a day or two in, all of these original thoughts and new ideas were coming in to play, and new angles of concepts were being developed. I was no longer trying to come up with what other people liked and putting my spin on it. I was putting out what I liked and hoping others would enjoy it just as much. So when I did that tennis brand campaign, a lot of those concepts came out of journaling every day. It was like, oh, what if we do it outside? What if there's like this harsh spotlight? What if we do, this kind of motion stuff? What if we use the high 8? How would we do that? All this stuff. That's all written down in my journal. And the reason I know this works is because I was just on a shoot, which was really fun. It was legit just yesterday, but I didn't journal. This was a new project for work. My bosses were working with the client and coming up with concepts and plans and execution, all these things. And about 2 or 3 days prior, I was given like a whole second unit to direct and DP. And so I really didn't have a lot of understanding coming into this project, and I only had about 2 to 3 days to prep. So once shoot day came around, I was just freestyling. I had no ideas. I was just like, this, maybe that, I just kind of sat on a log. The stuff came out fine. It looks great. It's going to be fun. I still don't really know how it plays, but I think what we got good stuff. This would have gone 10 times smoother. I'm really disappointed that I didn't do what I preach and spent that time in those 2-3 days just writing down what came to mind. It was also Thanksgiving weekend, so there were other factors at play, but still, had I taken the time to just empty my brain, I think we would have come out with a different end product. So, that's kind of why I wanted to make this video, is because I think I'm learning both in real time and in the previous months how important this practice is. And I've really succeeded by journaling, and I've had some minor setbacks from not journaling. And so I think that just, everything points towards journaling equals creativity. It's the chicken and the egg, except it's not. My encouragement to you is to journal. This was $12 on Amazon. I also balled out and got these crazy Pilot 0.38 pens. So yeah, just start writing. If you have a creative project coming down the pipeline, use your prep time journaling. I now understand how important it is. I want you to realize how important it is. I'm curious, if you are a journaler and already are doing this, maybe you read The Artist's Way, maybe this is just part of your rhythms. I'm curious how this has helped you. So, like, drop a comment. I would love to hear the impact of journaling from other people and what you have taken away. What have you found to work? If you haven't yet journaled, start journaling. I'm curious what your results are like. I know they've been nothing but good for me, and I'm excited to keep this new practice going. Per usual, like, share, subscribe. All this stuff helps my channel grow. We're 4 videos in. First 3, popping. I couldn't have asked for better. Getting some good views. Nothing but growth. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you next week.